we're based down in Cornwall, and a lot of the police sexual offences liaison officers, SOLOs, when particularly during out of hours, have to travel down from Exeter and Plymouth, which means that quite often the victims, who are obviously at very difficult times of their lives, having just experienced a serious sexual assault or a rape, quite often they are made to wait because we can't start their forensic examination until the police arrive. And so what we've been given funding to do is to actually employ we already have a team of crisis workers who do the emotional and support while the investigation, while the evidence gathering is going on. There's a doctor there who gathers the evidence, and our crisis worker actually offers emotional support to the victim. And the police normally do the evidence gathering, the bagging and tagging, if you like. But their lack of availability often means that forensic examinations have to be delayed either by several hours or sometimes even to the next day. And that's really hard for the victim. You know, quite often they get sent home, told not to shower, and that's just really just awful. If you've, you know, the first thing you want to do is get yourself clean or try and, you know. So we actually are going to have 2 crisis workers available 24 hours a day, round the clock, 365 days a year, who will actually take over that role that the police officer currently does. It doesn't need to be a police officer. It can be anybody as long as they're properly trained to bag and tag the evidence. And so we will have 2 crisis workers on duty round the clock, so they can be called out. There'll be one during working hours, there'll be one in the SARC all the time anyway, but another one on call, and they can come in living within 30 minutes of the SARC. And that's the critical thing, that actually within half an hour of the person reporting the rape to the police, we can have people in the SARC ready to meet that victim. And we think that's going to be a real improvement in service. We also think it's quite likely that more people will stay engaged with the process, because actually they'll be getting support really early on. And we know that quite often that delay, if they get sent away and told to come back later, is one of the reasons why they then go, do you know, actually I don't want to do this anymore. So we hope it's going to actually improve criminal justice outcomes as well. We think this is the first place in the country doing this, with civilians actually going to be doing a role that the police normally do. So thinking about what Tony Hogg was saying earlier about looking at innovative ways of engaging, you know, the community, if you like, very well trained community, but we think this is really exciting.